Yo, what up, what up, what up, what up? Happy Saturday morning, guys. Welcome to another episode of Morning Momentum. You're tuning in on YouTube, you're tuning in on Facebook. What's up, guys? I think here in about 5 seconds, we should be live on Instagram. So if you guys are tuning in on Instagram, good morning. Today's going to be dope. This past week, we've been talking about admin. It's your first time tuning in, guys. We're like almost to the end of our virtual REI rundown. It's also super duper crazy because today is Morning Momentum number 110. Crazy. We've been going live for 110 days straight. Let's keep the momentum going. You guys give me energy. That's the reason why I do it. I love doing it consistently. It's almost like a personal challenge too, but I love seeing you guys come in, comment. One of the big things that we've been trying to do is get you guys to engage. Like, what is going on in your business? What do you need help with? It's a great time to get those questions answered, because right after this live today, I'm actually doing a 100 lead Zoom, showing folks how to go from 0 leads to 100 leads, and why 100 leads is that break even, is the critical mass, is the point where you're going to be able to start closing deals, right? That is the goal. If you're just getting started, your goal should be generating 100 leads. So that's what we're talking about today in a private Zoom for the sub 2 community. So excited for that, guys. But up to this point, again, the virtual REI rundown has been, we talked about lead gen, we talked about acquisition, we talked about disposition, giving you guys some tips and tricks. And today is almost like a recap day, but also want to talk about the importance of something very, 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 very important that we talked about yesterday. Okay. Something crucial I don't want you to miss. So yesterday was talking about the front end and back end part of your admin in your business, right? There's a front end management and there's a back end. I haven't seen anyone break it down like this, but this is how I do to stay organized. Because a lot of folks are like, what does admin actually entail? Well, for me, there's two different sides of it, right? The front end is the actual, the physical part that takes a lot of manpower, which is, monitoring the tools, managing the data, and then managing of our VA team, not just our VA team, but our teams in general. So team management could take a lot of time, right? So tracking the time cards, right? Making sure people are clocking in and clocking out, but also reporting. Okay. So today I want to talk about the importance of reporting, as well as, what did that look like on the flip side? What does that look like? What is the main things you should be looking for on the reporting side, to know your business is on track. Now, the reason why I want to go back to this that we talked about yesterday, and the reason I want to go back on it today, is a lot of people miss this part. Okay. A lot of people get stuck in this business. I talk to people who've been doing wholesaling for 4 or 5 years, and they're still doing 1 or 2 deals a month, right? So they've already had the paradigm shift. They already realized that this could be a good income source for them and their family. They can make good money every single year. I mean, you imagine you do 1 deal a month, you make 10, 15,000 over 12 months. That's 6 figures, right? Which is awesome. You're going to make 6 figures without, before cost and all that other good stuff and taxes. But at the same time, they get stuck on the part where, how did I take it to the next level, right? And that is where reporting comes in. Because, honestly, I hear people talk about their businesses. They say, oh, I'm paying this much for my deals. This is my cost. I know I'm spending this much money. This is how much this is how much it actually costs me to get a signed contract. But then really it's a guesstimation, right? And if you guesstimate your business, you're never going to have a predictable business, right? I don't know about you guys, but I'm here because I want a predictable business. Actually, where I'm at right now in my business, in our business, is I want to pull myself out completely from operations, right? So I'm getting some higher level consulting on, okay, this is what really should be in place to make sure that can happen, right? So I don't know about you guys, but do you want to get to a point where you can pull yourself out of your business completely and it can generate income consistently for you, right? That's awesome. That's the reason why we went the virtual assistant route. And now that's why we have this system in place to be able to do just that, right? So the stuff I talk about to you guys is not just some kind of fluff, not just some kind of oh, try this thing out because I haven't done it before. It's real stuff. Okay. So reporting has allowed me to do that. I know exactly how much it cost us for a deal. I know exactly how many leads I have to get that deal. I know how many deals that I need to get to a closing. Okay. So big surprise, guys. Not every single deal that you sign closes. There's some times where you have to cancel. There's some times where the property condition doesn't match the property at all. There's some times where the numbers look like they work, but no one's buying. Okay. But I know how many deals I have to contract to get that deal to close. So to finish off the admin week, one of the biggest things that you need to have before you do any of this other stuff, right? You start implementing these little tricks and stuff, and you put these systems together. But most importantly, make sure your reporting is on freaking par. Make sure it is so rock solid that you can base your business around it. That's how you get the predictability. Remember, the data is the language of your business, right? The data tells you everything you need to know. So what do we care about when it comes to marketing? Okay, so we look at our sales system. We look at obviously how our sales team is performing. They have specific KPIs. Our lead gen department has specific KPIs. Our dispo department has specific KPIs, as well as our back end department of our admin. Okay, so what are those KPIs? What do we care about? Mostly, I want to know the people that should be affecting the bottom line. How well are they affecting the bottom line? So for our cold callers, there's three things that we talked about on the lead gen, right? Calls made, contacts, which is actual conversations, and appointment set. That's for the cold callers. For folks that are sending SMS, how many texts did we send to how many conversations, like what's our response rate? And then from those responses, how many did we push to a cold caller? Because I told you guys our process with SMS. The only thing we do, someone raises their hand, say, yes, I want to sell, or I would be interested. Great. When you have time to hop on a call. Okay. That is the lead gen side. So we care about how many texts do we send, what's our response rate, and then how many calls did they push. Okay. That's the SMS side. Now for our inbound marketing, for people who are calling us because they want to sell. Okay. Whether that be from direct mail or anything else, how many calls? So for direct mail, for example, care about how many mail did we drop? Like how much mail did we drop? Typically, you're going to have about a 1% response rate on your mail. Okay. Well, we know this, and that's typically ringing true. So we care about how much mail did we send? How many calls are we getting back? And how many of those calls are we pushing to the sales team? Okay. Very, very, like, I don't care about all these lines of data. I don't want 15, 16 things on the data side. I just care about the ones that really matter, right? There's a book called Measure What Matters by John Doerr, and he talks about OKRs, objectives and key results. I don't care about 17 different metrics. I just want the ones that actually matter. And those are the ones that actually matter. Okay. And then from there, our sales team, how many calls did they make to these qualified leads? How many conversations did they have? And then how many contracts did they send out? Okay. And then of those contracts did they send out, how many were signed? And then I can track back from the ones that were signed and the ones that were sent out. Where did that lead come from? Because we track our campaigns in our CRM. Very important. Was this a cold call lead? Was it SMS? Was this direct mail? Was this online? Like where did this lead come from? Okay. Now that we have them contracted, I see like boom, 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 boom. Here's all of our contracts. Here's where they came from. Now from there, which ones close, right? Typically we know about 65% to 70% of our contracts will close. So from the ones that close, where did that lead come from? And then based on that data, I can work backwards and say, okay, well, if I want more cold call leads, this is how many calls it took. This is how many appointments it took. This is how many, conversations with our sales team. And this is how much money we spent. So if you want predictability, I can just spend more money in that realm. But I only know that by good reporting. So I want you guys to know your numbers more than anything. Is great. This is such a great place to get started. If you haven't done a lot of business, if you haven't even done a deal yet, that is awesome because you can start with this. You can start measuring your numbers because yes, you don't have a contract yet. Yes, you haven't even sent out a contract, but you start measuring how much action did it take to get to that contract part, right? If you haven't sent out a contract yet, it tells you haven't done enough action to get to that level yet. Understand that when you first start, guys, it takes a lot of action to get any traction, right? A lot of action to get any traction. So that is important. Okay. You have to be able to do that. You have to be able to track these numbers and keep great reporting. Now, another system that we use, guys, taking this to my last tip for today, is we use something called Data Studio. So it creates graphs. It creates, cool little things. I have my systems manager work in Data Studio. It's a Google product. So it integrates great with Google Sheets, and I can see the data in like something that I actually can look at. Okay. So as you guys grow, you're going to eventually have someone help you track your data. You're going to eventually have someone help you who's going to report the numbers from the system to you. So I don't care to look at a bunch of spreadsheets. I want to see it in like something that's actually viewable and easy on my eye. So Data Studio is awesome. It'll actually track your data. It'll give you key points, and it does all kind of stuff. So I highly recommend Data Studio if you're going to be tracking your KPIs outside of your CRM. Okay. So guys, that is today's action. Recapping the admin week. If you missed any of the episodes, won't spend a bunch of time on here. We're already 10 minutes in. Go back and watch those episodes. Make sure you start implementing these things and taking action, because as always, nothing happens if you don't work, if you don't make it happen. So guys, I hope you got some value from this video today. If you need any support, send me a message on Instagram, MatthewBeard_ or mattbeard@startvirtual.com. We're here to help. If you want to figure out how a VA can help you start tracking these numbers, if you need help with a VA, like how can a VA start cold calling, if you need any scripts, whatever, I'm here for you, man. Just please feel free to reach out. Always here for you. So guys, thank you for coming and tuning in on a Saturday morning. Let's go make some shit happen for our businesses. Thank you guys on YouTube. Thank you guys on Instagram. If you haven't yet, please head over to the YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button. We go live there every morning. Appreciate you guys as always. We'll see you tomorrow. Peace.